What's going on, guys? It's Coach Bronson here. It is a random afternoon of me deciding that I want to talk about something. Hey, look at that. We're going to talk about 6 things that you can do, 6 ways you can approach sharing your story, setting an example, living the lifestyle that you want to have. You've heard the phrase, be the change that you want to see in the world. We're going to talk about how you can do that without jamming it down people's throats, without pushing people away because they're just sick and tired of hearing you talk about it, right? That happens a lot. It happens a lot. When you're excited, you want to talk about it. Sometimes you talk about it too much. Okay. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell so you're notified every time that I come out with a new video. And most importantly, as we're talking about in this video, share the information. Okay. If you talk about it, about how it's impacting you, people are going to start asking questions and want to know how it could potentially help them. Okay. So share it, get the word out. All right. 6 ways you can be an example, set an example without turning people away. It's one of the biggest things that we have to deal with, right? We get excited about something. You've heard the joke when it comes to CrossFit or keto. Like we hear these things because it's jokes come from reality. Okay. How do you know someone's doing keto? Because they're going to tell you. How do you know someone's doing CrossFit? Because they're going to tell you. How do you know someone's doing vegan? Because they're going to tell you, right? When we're excited about something, it's impacting our lives. We want to share that information. We talk about things we're excited about. The problem is nobody else is excited about it. 99% of the people in your life, in your circle, immediate circle, have absolutely no interest in the same things you do. Okay. Unless you've specifically gone out and found and built a circle around you of people that are interested. So obviously I'm not talking about the people that are in your keto circle or in your fitness circle or in your whatever circle, right? I'm talking about if you're excited about what keto has done for you, if you're excited about what starting fitness has done for you, I'm talking about the people that are in your book club, the people that are in your bridge club, in your knitting club, in your bowling group, in your gaming group, whatever it may be, right? Poker night, whatever it may be, those people aren't interested. So when you go into those circles, they're thinking about these topics of discussion, whether it be politics or work or money or the thing that you're doing, right? If it's bridge club, book club, poker, bowling, whatever it is, that's the stuff people are talking about. Nobody wants to come in and be told you're out of shape. You need to do something to change your lives. It's going to be hard. And all those things that come with the discussion around health. Whether you're actually saying these things or not, that's what people hear. I have to change something about what I'm doing because I'm not good enough. That's often what people hear. Or they hear this person thinks they're better than me because they're doing all these things and I'm not. There's an immediate defense mechanism that comes up when we start pushing things on people who are not asking for the information. Okay. So that's the number one thing. The number one thing. If they're not asking, don't give advice. Don't make solution. Don't try to solve problems that nobody's asking you to solve. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a problem solver. Okay. So it is very hard. This is a lesson that I have learned and am still learning. I see a problem. I want to fix it. It is very hard for me to see something that someone is struggling with or to see an issue that needs to be resolved, that even if it's not my responsibility to fix it, I want to go fix it. So it has taken me a very long time to get to a point where I have to watch train wrecks happen. It's not my responsibility. I can't go into and assert myself or what I think is the right thing to do into someone else's life if they're not asking for assistance. Okay. You have to let it go. You have to be okay with saying they're going to run into a wall. They're going to run off of a cliff. They're going to run in front of a car. And there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Except there is something you can do about it. You can be an example, share your story, and do things that give them an insight, a window into what's possible. So when they are ready, they know who to go to. Okay. The whole idea of being an example is taking the energy that you want to put into helping somebody, into doing the best job you can for yourself, because if you're successful, they will see that, and then they will eventually, I guarantee it, they will eventually come to you and ask you how you did it so that they can try it themselves. Okay? It is a long game. It is not a short-term game. It is the long game, the longest game, because you're seeing people you care about potentially getting worse before they get better. And that's something you got to kind of work through on your own. Okay. I have family. I have friends that I wish would just listen to the things that I'm saying and start doing them. And I know they won't. Okay. The longer I do it, I will. I've had clients. I had clients of mine that when I started doing carnivore, they left. They were, Coach Bronson's the best. He's helped me get in shape, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, he's not eating vegetables. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm out. Okay. Some of them have come back and asked me questions and looking at what I'm doing. And after 4 years of doing it, they're realizing, hey, wait a second, maybe he's onto something. Many of them still are not. I have to be okay with that. There's nothing that I can do about the decisions that someone else makes. I can just keep doing what I'm doing and set an example. That's all it is. Okay. So the first thing is step number one to leading by example without turning people away. Don't shove it down people's throats. That's period. Don't shove it down people's throats. Now, what I mean by that is individually giving advice, giving information that nobody's asked for. Okay. That's different. Okay. Because this is step number two. Okay. Number two thing you can do is share your story as often as possible. Okay. Without giving advice, without making someone feel like they're less than, without making people think that you're better than them. Okay. Authentically talk about things that have happened in your life, how your life has gotten better by the choices you've made with fitness and nutrition, and share the story. Share your non-scale victories, share your scale victories, share your activities, share the ability of the things that you're now able to do that you weren't able to do before. Okay. Social media, videos, posts, blogs, articles, whatever it may be, talking to friends in groups, do that stuff. Okay. Just don't do it in a way that you're trying to solve other people's problems. It goes back to the first thing. Okay. Sharing your story and giving somebody a emotional point that they can connect to and say, that sounds like something I've had a problem with. I wonder, ... If you can get people to start saying, seeing what you're doing and asking themselves, I wonder, ... then you're doing the right thing. Eventually that's going to change from I wonder to, hey, do you have information? Do you have a link? Do you have more info? How did this work for you? It's going to change from them wondering things about themselves to them asking you things. And then that's your door to actually give them information. Okay. So that's step number two. Okay. Number one, don't shove it down their throat. Number two, share it. You've got to share your story. Every opportunity that you get, okay? If someone posts in a group and says, why do you like keto? Post why you like keto. There's going to be 100 other people who post why they like keto, and none of the stories are going to be the same because everybody is different. So if you don't post it, there's a potential that you're missing somebody whose life your story would have impacted because nobody else on that list matched what they were looking for. Every opportunity that you get to share your story, share it. That's number two. Okay. And I actually have these all in different orders, but as I'm talking, the order is changing in my head. So I need to update my notes here real quick. So one is don't shove it down people's throats. Number two is share your story as much as you can. And then three, be authentic. Okay. What does that mean? That means be yourself, be human, Okay. You are not perfect. So when you're sharing your story, part of your story is going to be, I just ate 5 pints of ice cream, or I just ate a cake, or I didn't work out at all for the last 2 weeks because I just haven't felt like it, whatever it may be. That's part of your story. The level of consistency is not just in your consistency of following the plan, but it's your consistency in sharing your story and the real life issues that you have to deal with while you're trying to follow the plan. That's where things happen for people, because nobody wants to see perfect, because it gives them an absolutely completely unattainable goal and they can't relate to it. Okay. You guys know that I'm not perfect. If anybody saw me at Salt Lake City, you saw all the French fries I ate. Okay. You know that there are things that I do every once in a while that I'm just not perfect, whether it be things that I don't know, the things that I go off of plan with, struggles that I have, things that I have that come up out of the blue sometimes, right? When I was doing my cut, it was putting myself in a situation where it's been years since I felt hungry or hangry. Okay. But because I was doing the cut and I was severely limiting my caloric deficit, you guys got to hear me talk about wanting to snack and wanting to do things that I'm not used to doing because I was outside my comfort zone. There are challenges that we all have. Okay. So keep that in mind, and share that. Be authentic. Authentic isn't just tell the truth. Authentic is tell the whole truth as often as possible. Okay. That's number 3. Number 4, listen, don't talk. Okay. When someone is talking to you and complaining about their life, listen, empathize, and share how your life has been similar, but no longer is. This is another opportunity for you to share without shoving it down people's throats. Okay. Listen, actively listen to what they're saying. Listen to the message and the things that they're talking about. If you have something that you've dealt with, okay, then here's a phrase. I totally get it. Here's what happened to me. I totally get it. Here's what happened to me. Or I understand exactly what you're talking about. I had the same thing, right? Connect and let them know that you understand because you've dealt with the same issues. If you've dealt with the same issues. If you haven't, then don't do that. Okay. If you've dealt with the same issues, you have something that's on the same level that you can communicate with them. Talk about how you solved that problem. They may want to know more information. They may not want to know information. Don't push the information on them. Don't say, hey, here's a link if you're interested. If they're interested, they'll ask. Okay? Talk about, commiserate, empathize, actively listen to what other people are going through. Even if it's every single day, they're always complaining about the same thing. Okay? Your ability to listen and empathize is going to help them trust you more and know that you're not judging them, so that when the time does come for you to give them information, they will be more receptive to it. Cool? All right. That's number 3. That's number 4. Okay. Listen and emphasize. All right. Number 5. Oh, hold on. Where'd it go? Have references available. Okay. You need to know where people can go to get different things. This is where something that I've really kind of been lucky in, that because of what I do as a coach and the things that I've written and the videos that I've done, and I've been doing it for so long, personally, I have hundreds of resources. Almost any topic that someone has a question on, I've probably written or done a video on. Okay. If I haven't, I follow a ton of other people that I can do a quick search and go, what has Dr. Berry said about this? What has Dr. Lowry said? What has Ben Azadi said? What has Cynthia Thurlow said? What has Amy Berger said? What has Dr. Westman said? I can go through this whole list of all these people and get information, and find something to send somebody. Okay. So when people do ask you for information, all right, then that is something that you need to have at your fingertips, because the longer you wait, the more potential for that window of opportunity is to close. Okay. If someone asks a question, they are hot and ready for information. Now, it may take 5 times of them asking you questions, and 3 of those times may be the exact same question, right? Whatever it is. Okay. Keep doing it. When they're asking, they're getting closer and closer and closer to actually implementing. The more times you can be there for them and be the person that's their go-to, the better it is. At some point, you will reach a crossroads where it's like, look, I've been giving you information for the last year. I've been sending you links. You've been following me. You see what I've been doing. When do you actually want to sit down and have a talk about what we can do to help you move forward. Okay. Hopefully you get to that point. You've built up enough trust. They have enough trust in you as a person, not judging them. And as an expert, right? An expert is just someone who knows more than they do. Okay. Who's got some level of social proof and results that they've seen in their own lives. And then they're willing to listen to what you have to say. Cool. All right. So that's number 5. Okay. Have references handy, whether you've written them, whether you've done your own videos, written your own articles, whatever. Okay. Have some links, have some content that you can send them to help them know that you are up to date on where things are and what's happening and how this stuff works. Okay. The last thing, this is the most challenging of all of them. The most challenging. Okay. I kind of referenced it a little bit earlier. Be patient. That's it. You just got to be patient. The more you push, the more they get pulled away. Okay. The more they run away, not pulled away. Okay. The more you let them come to you, the easier it will be for them to hear what you have to say. But if you're running at them and yelling at them and trying to push all the time, they're just going to block it. They're going to be dodging and weaving and pulling the matrix on you. Okay. You have to be patient. It may take, guys, I have friends that just in the last couple of weeks contacted me. Okay. I've been talking to them about this for years, and they've just not been receptive. And I thank God that they are receptive now. And I've gotten some emails with the book coming out and some other things happening that say, I think I'm going to give this a try. Where do I need to start? Like, awesome. That's fantastic. Did you get the book? Do you go to here? Here's a link you can go to. If you have any questions, let me know. Am I trying to sell them coaching right off the bat? Absolutely not. I just want them to know that I'm here to help them. There's a group on Facebook. There's links. I have a whole YouTube channel. I've got all these things that are accessible. All of these things, guys, all of the content that I put out is yours to use. Okay. So if there's something that you feel that you like to see, I want you to feel free to push my stuff out. And hey, here's this guy. He talked about this very specific thing that you did. If you have a question, that you don't know where the answer is or how to find an answer, let me know. If I can give you an answer, I'll do a video and I'll make an answer. Then you can share that link out. Okay. I want to be here so that you guys have the tools and the resources you need to get the word out to people in your lives. Okay. Because your circles add up to other people's circles, and other people's circles add up to other people's circles. Eventually we can circle the whole world. That's what this is all about. Cool. So those are the 6 things, guys. 6 things. Okay. Don't shove it down people's throats. Share your story as much as you can. Be authentic. Share the whole story. Listen and empathize. Have references handy, even if it's your own content or someone else's, it doesn't matter. And then lastly, be patient. All right. Do those 6 things and people will over time be more receptive to what you have to say. If you try to shove it down people's throats, you're just going to run away. And that rhymed. I didn't intend it to. Cool. That's my quick video for the day, guys. Take it easy. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you again. Don't forget, every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live. This coming week, I will be talking about body composition and how to read an in-body at-home scale report on the app. See ya.